Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me Matt. And 1v1 for you all here on Arnhem Checkpoint, a vanilla Comedy Plus 2 map that was added with the British, I'm pretty sure. Let's go through the players. We're in the Western Front today. We have Roberta straight out the gate with Tank Destroyer Comedy for the United States of America. And on the Axis side we have Professor with Propaganda Tactics for the Mthis. Going straight at the gate with several Folkstorm, so they looks like they're going for some cheaper units to try and get some field presence early on. And while they have Roberta's doing the same with the 28th Infantry Division, which is the unique infantry division you get as Tank Destroyer. Basically a cheaper rifleman that is meant for more static combat and anti-tank tactics, so fascinating. But they are cheaper than the normal riflemen, so they will give them field presence. Just like the Folkstorm is going to be doing for the Mthis, I imagine. But the Storm Pioneers have already opened fire now in the rear echelon. Using this fountain in the town for cover. He needs to quickly relocate as the American riflemen is getting close. Probably inside the church. So far the Storm Pioneers have been lucky not to be hit much. Bullwagen with an MT-42 coming out. Looks like the Germans are not going to go for any Storm Grenadiers early. Folkstorm is slowly securing the northern flank here as the Storm Pioneers hold the church. 28th Infantry is showing up now for the buildings. Plus we're going to have a lot of fighting going on here from cover to cover at the moment. And that Storm Pioneer is going to take a lot of shots at that church, so they are quickly relocating. Here's the Bullwagen with the MT-42. Crossing through the fences, probably not the best idea, but the MT-42 is cutting into some of the riflemen. Goes with a Jeep arriving for the United States. And with a 30 caliber. The Folkstorm are slowly trying to get close, but they're being cut down bit by bit as they advance up. These are only militia units after all, so they're not the best units. Ooh, good grenade though. Almost killing that 28th. And using the right doors to get out. Very nice. Someone's thinking ahead there, but this squad might still get shot here. It looks like they get away. That's a pineapple grenade. Hit the building. More Folkstorm are getting out here behind a truck. That should help the Germans hold a little bit more of a position. Storm Grenadiers also coming onto the field. Some more elite infantry. One flash on the American riflemen. Forcing them back. MT-42 now ripping into the Jeep. The Jeep has to turn its gun. So good utilization of the cover here of the buildings. The Folkstorm are not going to last long in a direct firefight, so they have to rely on that Bullwagen to just be a distraction now and then. Let's see if that Folkstorm gets away. Looks like it might. Let's actually focus on the other squad. Folkstorm keeps sneaking up. Or crawling up. But more American troops are getting shots in on them. Storm Grenadiers are inside the church. Much more of an elite squad. This 28th squad might be in trouble. Well, the Folkstorm are getting very too close to one of them. And the 28th do have M1 Garands like other American riflemen, so they will do better in close to medium range. That's the Folkstorm. Americans still trying to hold on here. So we have a machine gun coming out here for the Germans. Looks like it's going to be the MG08s. So this is going to be like a Folkstorm defense of this little town. Fascinating so far. See a lot of good firefights at the center early on here. Storm Pioneers rushing up again. Jeep is moving back in. The Americans are slowly securing the southern flank. Ooh, Storm Pioneers almost got shot to death there. Also with SS Panzerjäger squad being prepared. Here's the MG08 manned by Folkstorm. Basically the German machine gun of the First World War, also utilized by the Folkstorm in the Second World War. Generally the Folkstorm used a lot of old equipment. Second Jeep being prepared by the United States. Looks like they're going for a very motorized approach early. Bullwagen is moving close. That's probably not a good idea. Satchel charge. Ooh, and that might be the... Yeah, Bullwagen decrewed. Building goes down to that satchel charge. We'll probably upgrade the The Jeep now with expert gunnery, that really improves the firepower of it, I believe. Like, just being more accurate is a big deal. Panzerjäger moving up now here with a Panzerbüchse. I'll definitely stop any Jeep. And here's the second Jeep. So the Americans really going for the motorized push early on. Bulwagen gets destroyed to deny it. More Foxstem holding up behind a tractor here. They should be able to win against the Reactional, I think. Simply because of numbers and their squad leader has a Sturmgewehr. Plus the Americans don't have that upgrade yet for the increased firepower. They're still taking up so they can actually start getting it. Sturmpanier is also moving down here. The Germans are doing a little bit of a push on the southern flank. While they have the chance, I mean. Rifleman coming up behind the... Is that the end of a truck? The front of a truck, I mean. Yeah, it looks like it is. You also have the Jeep here trying to hide in some bushes on the road. Yeah, that's not how that works. Lots of American riflemen down here. Of the 28th. That's another aim on Grand Fire coming this way in the Sturmpaniers. Fortunately, they don't have the upgrade yet, by looks of it. Else it would be ripping them already. Let me just check to be sure they don't have it. Yeah, they don't have the upgrade yet. And Germans are still using cover, good to see. The Jeep probably has to pull back. Yeah, especially with the Panzerbüchse coming up. 30 caliber Orion for the United States. They still secure points on the north, though. The Germans have not really not to defend the north yet.
Ready. Send orders.
Double Jeep would definitely help having some mobile suppression around, and the Panzerbüchse can only be one place at a time, so the Jeeps could be used that to their advantage. Let's see where the 30 caliber will set up. Around the sandbags, makes sense. What a very good side. Oh, mines being laid, nice. Good to see from the German players. Ooh, and the Panzerbüchse has been pinned, forced them back. More mines are being laid by the Foxstem, however. Wait, they're all stuck in the same model? That is awkward. There we go, now they split out. How awkward. Northern field now being threatened by the United States.
Crank it up.
More Foxstem also rushes to the front line. Lots of Foxstem.
Listen up.
Americans also staying nearby with more riflemen by the vertical. So this is a lot of machine gun fire right here. It's a South Claw being prepared and an early AT gun for the United States. I guess they are anticipating an early German vehicle, which I suppose could happen, but I don't think it's as often with propaganda, because propaganda seems to be much more infantry focused until they can get the Tiger Race. Oh, Sturmpanier is setting up down here. Probably still one of the better units the offenses can get as a start. Oh, great in the way. Good pineapple suppresses them, forces the Sturmpaniers off. Well, definitely looks like the Americans got an upgrade now. They're firing very fast. Let me just check. Oh, they're first getting it now. Okay. Now they have it. So that should really make all the American infantry a lot more lethal.
Area secured. That was too easy.
We also have a lieutenant arriving here for the United States.
Listen carefully.
And with a Thompson, evidently. Or armed with a Thompson, rather. Oh, we also have the 3rd SS veterans called in. A unique unit available to propaganda. They can only have one element in the field at a time. And as usual, they're being equipped with the scope Sturmgewehrs. People really like to go for that upgrade. It's very good at over long range, but it's not as good as medium range anymore. Remember that. They have nerfed the Sturmgewehr versions. Like the Sturmgewehr without a scope is the best at medium range, and the Sturmgewehr with scope is best at long range now. So always remember that. The several more Americans preparing to push into the town. Lieutenant is going to call an artillery barrage on the church, while the 28th are keeping it distracted. There's going to be some rapid mortar barrage. Didn't do enough. The MT-08 is still around. But now we have the SS pushing down here. Scopes doing give SS taking some long-range shots. And with the MT-42 there, that's definitely working. And Americans still have a lot of troops around to just cover all the angles. Now the veterans are down here. They might be very good against the Jeep. Yeah, they already got the gun on the Jeep. That might be one of the good things about the Scopes doing it. It's very good at doing that to light vehicles. Oh, that Folkestone might get mowed down. Yep. The 28th are getting in very good static positions, and they are considered static infantry. They're very good at defending areas when they're just, you know, standing down. Jeep completely destroyed by the Scopes doing geweers. I honestly, at long range, wait, have you covered? These guys are doing as expected. They will beat Americans pretty handily, as you can see. Oh, they lost one guy, though. They just need to get shots in. Sometimes you do miss a lot when it's heavy cover. Just a long firefight right there. Oh, and we have the rear shot coming up. Oh, to merge! Very nice! That way they can keep the riflemen firing. But the veterans still remain around. They're also getting an MT-42 to help supplement their firepower. We're still trying to push up. That's going to make the veterans move a little bit further back. And I move back behind the truck after that. So no real change. More the 28th infantry is being called in.
Gather round. I smell orders.
And Germans are taking up for light vehicles now.
Squad, ready to move.
I think the veterans want to stay behind that truck for a while. Now they have the M42, which is definitely going to increase their firepower. But the Americans are in a good position there. Honestly, both sides are just in a good position right now due to heavy cover and a long distance. But we are seeing some 28 trying to flank. I don't think the veterans are going to turn around notice. They're not. Oh, that's bad, that's bad. And that's the veterans mowed down. I guess the Germans were focused up here, which didn't really work out that well either by the looks of it. They did take out the Jeep there, the crew at least. But the Americans are still holding the front line. Sturmgrenadier is now holding up behind the destroyed well. While of the 28th are getting close with the M1 Garands. Suppressing one with the MT-42. Allowed him to pull back. Yeah, get some good shots in with that MT-42. Grenade going out. Force the Sturmgrenadiers to move further. Losing most of their squad, however. But it really shows the power of the MT-42 when it can just suppress so fast. Germans are still trying to replenish everything back at the base. And America's pulling back after that little engagement.
Ready for deployment.
Probably get that squad back to reinforce as well. Unless they want to use the Folkestone to reinforce them, because you can always do that. So that is probably what's going to happen. Folkestone are going to rush down there and merge with the squad. At least I hope so. Because that would be a good use of the commander abilities. I think that is indeed what's going to happen. After I got some shots in, but they got spotted. And with an MP-34 and a Kar-98. No longer a marksman team like recon squads no longer are. Indeed, we're seeing emerge. Very nice. Now we have 2 Storm Grenadiers leading 3 Volksgrenadiers. Now in the same squad. You know the Volkssturm in models, I do not think it's the defensive bonuses that the Storm Grenadiers do. You just get the same accuracy and weapons. That's really about it. They'll still be easier to hit. You know, the vertical setup down here. Americans hold both fuels, which is a big deal. And here's the Storm Grenadiers that hold up behind the sandbags. More veterans called in. They should probably not move up there. There is a 30 caliber waiting. And he's ripping into them. You probably just retreat them. You don't want to lose your veterans that quickly. Storm Grenadiers just continue a long range firefight here. That's the all armored K98, so I guess the squad leader, if it becomes a Volkssturm, does not get the MP40 or Sturmgewehr. How fascinating. The veterans are getting upgraded back here with their MGs. Oh, they might be replenished by the Volkssturm. That's gonna be smart. It is also far cheaper. We already have a Sherman A2 arriving for the United States here. Germans are lacking AT equipment. The re-echelon are definitely not having a good fight there. Well, that's actually a rifleman. This looks like re-echelon because of the merge. I suppose load on the machine gun, force them back. That's an MG42? Yes. Now that Sherman's gonna be a problem for the Germans. They are lacking in the gear to stop it. They could merge in now, but it looks like they're just gonna be replenished normally with veteran models. Oh, satchel charge on the church. That's gonna be denied for the future then. But the MG08 does get out. Sherman, we're going to the center. MG08 sitting up behind these cars. Ooh, one car down. Panzerjäger with a Panzerstrike though. Good hit. And that's actually almost a dead Sherman. Smoke popped. It's lost its driver, but there we go, it's gone. Very nice job from the Panzerjägers.
Just lost a medium tank.
Sturmgrenadier still hold the southern flank there. We also have an American recon team.
We're losing a capture point.
We're probably investing in some MP40s on the Storm Pioneers, I feel, or the weird MP3008. Honestly, a very weird one. That was like one of the last-ditch weapons that the Germans were creating at the end of the war. But we're gonna get a lot of the last-ditch weapons, like the Eintos Flammenwerfer and the Volkssturmgewehr. So lots of fun little things. Let's see, the Americans are still just getting around here. They still hold most of the map, so I think the Americans definitely have the resource advantage. Yeah, we're already seeing final take-up here for the United States. The Americans could get in some much more heavier stuff, and I think the German propaganda is just going to try and hold on until they can get the Tiger Race at this point, rather than getting any other vehicles. That might be what they're aiming for. You know, the Americans are dug in quite well here around the vineyards. Oh, looks like we have some pot shots from a scope Sturmgewehr here. Over long range. Kind of shows how long range it actually is, doesn't it? Because it's basically being used as like a marksman rifle. Americans also getting munitions caches, so they are building up a larger stockpile. So we have a little bit of a quiet in the fighting for now. They are coming out here from the Aufklar. Trying to give the Germans an idea what the Americans are doing. The officer might be aiming for an artillery strike.
Reports. Fallschirmjäger ready for deployment. Keep your heads down.
Artillery is coming in, but they are still being shot at. Having forced them to pull back. Veterans are taking long-range shots in. Let's see. Panzerjägers remain in the center. Sturmgrenadiers on the southern flank. Aufklar just stands around for now. Well, America's on the flank here trying to suppress the veterans with March fire. So they succeeded. Grenade going out.
Command level capabilities ready for deployment. Ready!
Foxstorm can merge though. There we go. Veterans merge with the Foxstorm. Looks like the officer himself is now wearing the, wielding the MG42. Oh, we also have some SS Foxstorm Panzerjägers now. Well, just Foxstorm Panzerjägers, who actually have the ability to sneak. And they have this uncanny ability to do Panzerfaust 100 assaults, where they launch several Panzerfaust at the same target. Very cheeky. For instance, now moving up over here. Another A2 coming out here for the United States. Panzerwerfer actually for the Germans. They're not going for the Tiger Ace. They're going for Panzerwerfer first. Ooh, one of the Foxstorm got shut down there. As I did say, they do not get the defensive bonuses that the veterans normally do, so they are easier to hit. They don't know how to tactically move, I guess.
Officer ready to be deployed.
Oh, the Panzerjäger's gonna try and get close to do a Panzerfaust assault on a machine gun. You have to have quite a firefight in the vineyards here. They might also brand flash that area. Can get close enough. Veterans are under a lot of fire. Oh, and the veterans got killed. One flasher going out though. Oh, right in the machine gun. And that was definitely the opening the Germans were waiting for. And now we have MP40 armed Storm Pioneers rushing up.
Ready for action.
No, the Americans realized that might be too late to get the machine gun back. Satchel charge coming out to deny the cover and as such for the Germans. Ooh, Germans moving into their own fire. Getting up behind the cover there though. Great assault going out towards the American fortified position. That's a very long throw. That's the advantage of the German hand grenades. They can be thrown very far.
Just got wiped out.
A good utilization there of the Storm Pioneers. Force the Americans off the vineyards for now. But here's an A2 German. So I think the Panzerjäger has to move up quickly. The Volksturm Panzerjäger is also present. Oh, they missed. Oh, and they have Thunder Run, so this A2 is going to be able to fire high explosives as its base weapon. Panzerjäger has to pull the hell out of there. And the Germans are not actually going to get any fuel from this unless they control this point.
Ready, set, ready.
I think the A2 might go for these Storm Pioneers here. Yeah, they have to get out of there. Oh yeah, the Germans not in a good position right now. Not a lot of fighting on the other flank though. It's an MG08 keeping an eye on the area. Several Americans waiting behind the destroyed house. Probably taking turns in the outhouse. They probably haven't had a lot of time to relieve themselves. Especially with a battle going on. Warfare is as veterans are going to be called in. We can see it here.
Ready for action.
MG42 here from the Waffen-SS coming up. Here's the other veterans. Artillery going in on the MG08. Force the MG08 to move. Ooh, and now it's too late because now all the Americans in position. So good job there for the Americans. Small preliminary artillery strike and then an advance with the 28th. Ooh. Oh, we have the Volksturm Panzerjägers trying to sneak up on the German. Although the Germans are lacking munitions. They need 45 munitions to do a Panzerfaust 100 assault. Looks like the Germans just decided to pull back. At least a little bit. They don't want to get too close to the point because that will spot them too. I would say roll through the vineyards up here and then get around. Yeah, that might be what they're doing. Oh, Sherman has found his target. Panzerfaust assault going out though. Very nice job there from the Volksturm Panzerjägers. 3 Panzerfaust at the same target. And that's how you utilize them, like, go for a lone tank in an area with a lot of brushes and cover and just sneak up on it. Then get the hell out of there. Good utilization of them like that. Veterans and the Sturmgrenadiers fighting here, so this is some more elite SS troops. Lots of Americans though, but they are getting mowed down out in the open. Grenade goes out. Squad mode down, however. Americans pulling up more of the 28th. Lots of the 28th riflemen on the field here. Satchel charge going out this time. The Germans have to pull back. Just in time. Almost lost both squads there. So the Alpha class going to try and move up. Launching another flare. You also have Jackson on the field, which I'm not sure is that good of a choice at the moment, just because the Germans haven't really pulled any vehicles out. This is like mostly a foot defense with the Volksturm and a little bit of a desperate defense. MT-4 to set up here. The Germans are finally getting their cut-off point here, so they can finally get some fuel. Volksturm are pushing up a lot. American recon team also present. Getting a little bit too close to the front line, I feel. Artillery called in at the German positions. That's some heavy howitzers 105s. Half class killed. Or 28th nearby. A grenade assault going overhead. That's a pull back though. MT-4 to just man my one guy here. He gets shot in the guts and goes down. MG8 ready to move out again. The Germans are still in the back foot, I feel. Mac is also getting a truck out and the second A2 has arrived. Panzerwerfer firing. Probably not why I'd shoot it, but still fine. They killed the American recon in the center, but now there's an American recon up here to try and spot out any Volksturm Panzerjägers from doing what they did last time.
Send your orders.
Sturmgrenadiers are going for the center. And all the American officers are present here with a captain as well, with a pistol that's not showing. So another graphical bug there.
We lost an infantry unit.
And when the veterans are getting cut down by all the grants. Steel Hangarada going out on the captain, forcing him back.
Ready for deployment.
Back up to full force. This is what we're trained for.
I think the Americans will probably get another Sherman and just prepare to push up. Yeah, high explosives are just going to do a good job there, force the Sturmgrenadiers back. Jackson, I'm not sure what it will do. You could probably just move it back into being reserve and wait for a while. Oh, look, it's called Betty. Well, someone's a little bit frisky, aren't they?
We got a new unit
How about this
ready
one?
to hand on the field.
Alcoholic Annie. What a good name for a Sherman. We like some of the work on the text effects sometimes. Oh, good high explosive there, killing the Folkstorm with the MG08. Panzer's gonna get a shot in here. Don't have the angle.
Commander abilities ready.
Tried. Pulling back after that, I think. Oh yeah, only one guy's gonna get out of there alive. While Folkstorm rushing up. Panzer's shot the front line.
Get ready for action. Ready for action.
Doom Pioneer's also around still. Trying to set up a cache here.
This is what they're trained
Fuel. So I think... I'm not sure what Professor's aiming for. They have a lot of fuel for vehicles if they want, but... Might it be the Tiger Race they're aiming for? I personally think a munitions cache would be better considering. Because they need more weaponry.
Squad, shut is finished. They're receiving new orders.
Veterans get inside this large building here. So they're going to be in Overwatch duty for a while to cover the southern flank. And here we have the Tiger Race indeed.
Ready.
Or Panzer's called in behind as well.
Prepare to execute.
Now the Tiger Race might be a problem for the Americans if they didn't have that Jackson.
Set over. German infantry.
Jackson is going to be a big threat for the Tiger to deal with. High explosive loaded here to deal with the Folkstorm. They might all be dead. Oh, it cancelled the high explosive. Looks like it wants to get ready for when the Tiger Race shows.
Take ready.
Tactical charge on the building there, forcing the veterans back. And they actually get mowed down in the road.
42 knocked out!
Damn crowd.
All the M1 Garants are just really showing their worth.
Jawohl. Will do.
Folkstorm rushing forwards. I think they want to threaten that Jackson. Folkstorm do all have Panzerfaust, though. Always remember that.
Crew ready.
Sherman's getting some good shots in there. But the Sherman's not ready for a Tiger Race. Manages to back off with a smoke pop.
Infantry Cooper lost.
And more Folkstorm are dying.
Stand ready.
And the Sherman on the southern flank is now also causing trouble.
Sherman ready to go.
Panzerwerfer opening fire. Going for this Sherman evidently. Kills some of the infantry around.
Incoming Sherman Panzer fires ready!
The Folkstorm are taking some very big shots. Second Jackson is being prepared though. Jackson can get some shots in. Doesn't penetrate.
Be ready.
Oh boy.
Unit ready.
That Tiger has to be very cautious because Jacksons are a very good counter to it.
Send your orders.
No penetration. Tiger gets a shot on the Jackson. That thing is going to be immobilized. Allowing the Tiger to get another shot here shortly. You know where it is.
Infantry.
Targeting the Sherman first, I think is a good idea. Yeah, Sherman down. Sherman's going to go for a flank here with armor piercing.
Excitement. The capture point is under.
Jackson down. Tiger has to turn around quick.
A medium tank was just lost.
Sherman doesn't penetrate. It is only a 75mm Sherman, which is not good against the Tiger.
Be ready.
Attack grounding right in front seems to work there.
Commendation received.
The Tiger is definitely proving its power right here. Double Panzerjäger, I don't think it's necessary at the moment, but... Also, Panzerjägers cannot capture territory, by the way, so... Always remember that. More Sturmgrenadiers arriving on the fields. Something equipped with Folkstorm gewehr. There is an MG42 in the ground here. Someone could go and grab that. But Tiger Ace will be a problem for the allied player to deal with unless they can get that Jackson they just got to get a penetrating shot. If they penetrate with a shot there... Oh! Penetration! Almost killed the Tiger Ace in one shot. And tank on didn't penetrate. Very cheeky there for the United States. Almost worked. Yeah, second bazooka shot did not penetrate either. The Tiger Ace has to back off there for repairs. That could become team dead. Storm Pioneer is being prepared, but it could just drive back to the defense position. That's why you have this truck after all. It'll prepare it for you. You don't need the Storm Pioneers if you can still move.
Pioneer group is ready for action.
And we're slowly backing off to get range into the repair station, I hope. There we go, now it's in range. They can hold now. Very good. I guess the Storm Pioneers are not there for repair, they're there to be assaults. Good to see. Raids going in on the Storm Pioneers, force them back. The 20F do take a lot of losses though, because they are low quality infantry, so they are easier to hit. But those same Garants can still rip the Storm Grenadiers.
We just lost a unit.
Storm Grenadier has to get out of there. He's gonna throw a splintering grenade first. Killing the tank on the anti-tank team. Tiger Ace is ready to fight again. That might be the opening the Germans were waiting for. But that Tiger Ace can really just come clutch. Oh, there's an MT-42 on the ground here. Let's see if the 28th decide to pick it up. Oh, mine! Legal mine takes on one Sherman. Completely forgot those were still around. Guess the American player forgot if they even ever saw them get set up. That's the power of a mine. Just suddenly a tank is gone. Oh, that Storm Pioneer is getting mowed down by the M1 Garants.
All complete. We've lost a squad of infantry.
I think the Germans need to grab that MT-42 before the Americans do. Yaks are coming up here.
Prepare for action.
No penetration. Jackson has lost his engine. My engine is burning, rather. Hansig is going out to take it down now. I don't think I can get away with a burning engine. Yeah.
Fire in the engine well. Achtung, be ready.
I think the Germans might have made something they can give them a comeback here. They just need to work on it, like take advantage of it. Get some infantry out there and secure some ground. I guess this Unsturmführer could grab the MT-42 if they just decide to grab it. It's a nice weapon to have. Or American riflemen are nearby. The Granada going out. Yeah, it looks like the Americans might win that when they get close. Oh, it's actually pretty close. It just shows that they're both low quality infantry. Oh, but the American wins out barely thanks to the A2 arriving, I think.
An infantry unit lost.
That's by being behind medium cover and having a Sturmgewehr squad leader helps a lot. Also the fact that they were fighting low quality infantry. Oh, will the veterans grab the MD-42? They could make them a double machine gun squad then. That might be what is going to happen at some point. No wait, they cannot grab one because they've already... Okay, that's cool, so you cannot get two machine guns anymore by grabbing one off the ground. That's cool. Well, not the same type anyway. Very nicely done. They're gonna get a scope Gewehr 43 instead, so they're gonna be a long-range squad. Or long-range support, rather. I feel the Tiger Ace needs to get moving again. It's just sitting around for a while. It's blitzing. It looks like the Storm Grenadiers are going to follow along with it. There's going to be a little bit of an assault force. Veterans are going to face against the Sherman, which they don't want to fight. That's going to be very bad for them, especially with high explosive shells. They overshot the first time. I don't think these veterans want to stay for long. Oh, Panzer is moving up. Forces Sherman to reprioritize. I think the Tiger is relocating. Yeah, turning around. Blitzing upwards. And there's a machine gun down here that's gonna stop the Storm Gun from pushing up. You can see the 30 caliber cut into one squad there. Boxstorm Panzer has been spotted by the flare. That gets a flank in the Storm Gun here. There's lots of Americans everywhere.
Infantry group are lost.
He's not gonna get away, is he? That's gonna be too much rifle fire on him. Wow! Okay. Lucky guy.
Prepare to execute.
Here comes the Tiger, he's pointing on the northern flank. Remember, these 28th Infantry are not that good against tanks unless they can get to Veteran 2 to get the bazooka. They do have the satchel charge though.
Stand by.
So I think the Tiger could just start to drive up because it's only a 75mm Sherman.
Sherman ready to go.
They do have an 80 gun they can grab here.
Stand ready. Americana. Send combat unit ready.
Oh, we do have a anti-tank team here. Veterans moving up again. You can see how Neon with an MG42 they just mowed down the 28th here.
Unit ready. Achtung, be ready.
Another Aufklar running for the Waffen SS. Americans going for the sovereign fuel, the sovereign munitions, I mean. Bazooka could get a flanking shot here. Let's see if it has a window on that angle though. Right, better trying to rush the Tiger. Yeah, they're gonna grab the 80 gun, aren't they? No? Okay. The veterans are certainly not having a good time here.
Luftwaffe reports. Bolshevik ready for deployment.
Bazooka did not penetrate the front of the Tiger.
Your supply lines have been cut. Americans are making a push.
Americans are doing a big push across the front line. The Germans have almost been base locked now. Most of the fighting is going on around this vineyard at the moment.
Prepare for action.
And Germans are calling quite into them right now.
Army troops neutralized. Ready.
Dungan is going to throw a spinning grenade. And with the 80 team down, that might be another opening for the Tiger Race to start advancing. Where's the Tiger Race? There it is. I could not see because this cherry tree, I think? Huh. Very bright blossoming though. We do have a Jackson. Penetrates. I think the Tiger Race doesn't want to stay there. Aufklar down.
We've lost a squad of infantry.
No penetration on the Jackson there.
Combat unit ready for action.
No penetration either way by the looks of it. Panzer's rushing up. That might be the end of the Tiger Race if it stays there. Sherman is also present as to deal with the Panzerjägers. Oh, and there goes Tiger Race down.
Heavy armor has been lost.
And at that, the Germans pull back. It looks like this small German holdout finally ended. I'll see you all next time, everyone. Bye-bye.